Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so pleased to have another session with all of you, and I'm going to continue the marketing concepts. In this week, we are in the fourth week, and we want to continue about the segmentation, targeting, and positioning in marketing. And if you remember STP concept, in the marketing, one of the most important steps in the marketing strategy. And so, first of all, let's have a look at the video. And so, I played this one again, video, and hopefully all of you could see this video, and I'm waiting for your ideas, remarks, and any comments about this video, and how do you think about this kind of advertisement. It was about Toyota company, and there was an emphasis on the human touch in the end of this advertisement. And what does it mean, human touch, and how we can analyze this kind of advertisement. Any idea about this advertisement? Any idea about this advertisement? And also you can follow the link and okay, Miss Krishna, maybe you can follow the link, and you have access to YouTube at the moment, YouTube website, and I sent for you the link also. And if okay, Mr. Qabi also, Mr. Qabi, Abdul Qabi, yes, I think you also, okay. You can follow the link. Okay, I can play for you again. Okay, I can play. Okay, and so let me. Okay, please also follow this link. Another Twitter advertisement. I think very creative advertisement, and emphasize on maybe the marketing tree and the age tree of marketing. Already I told you about the marketing tree, and I think these two advertisements somehow related to marketing tree and about the people and also environment, and how Toyota cares about the environment and also about the human touch. And so I think hopefully all of you got this video, and I'm waiting for your remarks and comments about this video. If you can try it in your YouTube website, also can have a look, because it's very short, and you can have a look very fast, and after that I will get your comments or remarks about this one. And in the continue of the concepts of marketing, we will have something about how we can identify market segments and targets. Already I told you we should first classify and divide our city, our country, and or any place we want to start our marketing activities. And according to our product, we should find the suitable and appropriate part of the market. And in many times we cannot do marketing activities for all people inside for example, society or city or a country or any geographical place. So better go to focus on the part of the market that needs more our products. Last week I told you an example about, for example, selling books. And for example, when we want to sell book in the market, we need those customers are more educated and for example, students, lecturers, and researchers, and engineers, and also all educated people or any people in relationship with education and studying and about reading books. And so better choosing the target market and identify target market. When we can identify target market, that we have a segmentation, good segmentation. What about segmentation? Classify all part of the market based on some criteria. For example, based according to age, according to education, according to income, or based on gender, for example, male or female. And so we will have, for example, you can have a look here. Already I told you about this one. And what about the behavioral effects and demographic? Demographic means mainly related to age, income, and education, and also gender, and stage of life. And geographic means sometimes we need, for example, when we want to produce a heater in some climate is very important. For example, in Malaysia, a heater or something like that is not so helpful for people. But for example, in Iran, Afghanistan, or some countries that with a cold winter, the people need more to heater and something, and need to a warm weather in the winter. So we can have a segmentation in according to different criteria. For example, here you can see demographic, psychographic, and geographic and behavioral. And after that, what about the geographic segmentation? Geo-clustering means a method of classification and categorize the market, and based on the kind of for example, all different parts of the city or all different parts of the country, and which states, and which, for example, we have sometimes downtown or the very good places of a city, based on the, for example, in the Afghanistan, which city is more modern, and which city is not so developed. And based on this, we can have a segmentation, geographic segmentation, based on geographic specification. And so I should say hello to Mr. Ahmad Zai, and you are, and other friends, welcome to class. Thank you so much. And so, as I already told you, what is the some you can have a look here, and some criteria for demographic segmentation. How we can do this one? Age and life cycle stage. For example, life cycle stage means the people are married or single, or for example retired, and at the moment employee, and something like that. And for example, people in the childhood or adults and something like that. and life stage. So it is which stage of life, like life cycle stage, and gender means male or female. Income, how much any averagely people has income. We can get this kind of information from questionnaire and something like that, and get the ideas of people as a sample. We can choose a sample, and after that, inside the sample, do the spreading questionnaire and get the information, needed information. And what about generation? Which generation? The people in every generation, how many people at the moment are there in the market? And so for race and culture also is very important. Race, what is the race, and also culture. Based on the culture and race, also in some countries, in some continents, or geographical limitations, we can identify some groups. For example, every group related to a special race or a special culture. So age and life stage means sometimes, for example, life stage can be, Mr. Ahmadai asked this question. Age means, for example, how many people below 10 years, how many people below than 20 years, 30 years, or 40 years, like that. Sometimes we want to know what is life stage. For example, we can have some classification related to life stage. Sometimes life stage, they mean the childhood, and before marriage, when the people are young, and after marriage, and also sometimes we will have the classification like when people are a student, how many people are a student, how many people are employee and at the moment are working, and how many of them are retired. We can categorize in many ways. And for gender, already I told you, we say this kind of criteria demographic segmentation, demographic, and sometimes we say demographic and geographic. It means geographic related to the area, region, or and demographic related to a specification of the people, and how people at the moment live in the society, and in which specifications of them are important for us. For example, sometimes you need classification based on the age, sometimes based on the life stage, and also something like this. For example, you can categorize all married people in a city with children or no children, because sometimes, for example, you want to sell something related to babies, and so you need now how many children at the moment live in the city, and how many families, and we have with how many households in the city have got babies. Because sometimes customer and consumer are different. For example, consumer is the end user, consumer, a person who consume our product, and sometimes customer is another has sometimes is sometimes different. Sometimes customer and consumer same. For example, you want to buy a good, or for example an gadget, and use for yourself. Sometimes you are a dealer or distributor. You are also again customer, but you don't want to use the product, just you want to distribute the product. Distributor and consumer both are customers. Yes, when they buy a good or product. I will explain you in the next concepts about this one more. Just I wanted to remind you what is difference between customer and consumer. Consumer, as usual, use a person who uses your product and consume your product, and customer, as usual, is a person who buys your product. And so sometimes in the books, in many books, the authors say no difference between customer and also consumer. But there is a very detailed difference between two concepts. And Mr. Ahmad Bhai asked question, what about, yes, okay, all things related to race and culture, for example, religious also can be here. Yes, very good. For example, we had a survey recently in the Malaysia on the halal logo and halal marketing. You know, at the moment, because many Muslims live throughout the world, and many, especially in food industry and cosmetic, in cosmetic and food industry, many marketers at the moment care about Muslim people. And so religious is a very, very important. Thanks to Mr. Ahmad Bhai to remind this one. But this page are not all parts of the demographic, just some examples, and not all. But thank you so much to reminding this very important subject, religious. Do you know at the moment, for example, all of you know about slaughtering? Yes, slaughtering. Do you know what is slaughtering? Anybody can help me? Slaughtering. Slaughtering. I can write for you this one, and please think about that. What is this? Slaughtering. Yes, very good. Mr. Najib and Mr. Muhammad Aziz. To kill animal in way of Islamic. Very nice. And killing animals for eating purpose. I think somehow Bouchery, Mr. Ahmad Zai, and I think that Mr. Aziz definition is more complete because yes, halal meat, because killing animals for eating purpose in any way cannot be slaughtering, and slaughtering method and slaughtering way is a very important matter in Malaysia at the moment, because you know Malaysia is the first country that cared about this matter and tried a lot to globalize this matter, and many countries at the moment follow this policy and halal logo. You know, I think majority of you at the moment in this class are Muslim, and also me, I am Muslim. So when we go to a restaurant or especially in other countries, we are very worried about to be halal or not food. So this one at the moment, there are many interesting information in the Western countries, and also, for example, in the Australia and also European countries, there are many shops that follow the slaughtering method and for Muslim people, because they know the market is growing and Muslims are care about this one, majority of Muslims. And so this one, when you want to for example do the marketing efforts in the food industry, for example in an Islamic country or any country that Muslim people come and for example you have many tourism in the tourism industry, many Muslim tourists, and so you should care about the segmentation of based on religion. For example, Malaysia is a multicultural country, many Buddhism and also Hinduism and also Islam. But the majority of people are Muslim. But there are also totally more than 30%. 30% of the people Buddhism, Christianity, and also Hinduism. So this because many Chinese and Indian people live in Malaysia. Malaysia is a multicultural country, and any activity about food industry should be careful about the classification in according to religion. And very good point by our good friend Mr. Ahmad Zaid the first time he reminded this one. Thank you so much, and for other friends to give comments and their ideas. Thank you so much. And let's go to next one. For example, there are some pictures about the age and life cycle stage. Okay. In the previous one, the pigs one, in this slide, some slides for some references or books, it means the when segment, we can get the size of each segment in the market. For example, how many people in this city are educated? How many people don't have the higher education? How many? It means somehow the size of each segment in this picture, pig with different size. Maybe you can find the, for example, retired people in a country or in a city very low, and in many regions maybe the, for example, retired people or elderly or aging people are the main part of the population. So this one just can remind us the concept of the size of segment. And this, you are welcome. This one is very clear. I think you know what about age and life cycle stage. So, for example, when you want to sell or distribute the some computer games, or for example, at the moment there are many things, Xbox and PlayStation. Surely you don't need to go to elderly people for this one, or aging people don't care about the computer games, and because of digital divide and also the age, they don't care about this and they are not interested in this matter. But the people, young people, children, and sometimes we can say teenagers. Yes, teenagers are interested in this matter, and we should focus on them, not focus all age and life cycle stage. So here, sometimes this photo shows the very important thing in marketing. For example, if you produce or distribute or import milk for children, for example, milk powder, and so you should be careful about the consumer and also customer and buyer. As usual, for example, for baby products and kids products, the end user is a baby. End user and the consumer and a person who consumes your product is a baby, but buyer is parents. Okay, so you should be careful about your advertisement policies because for example, a baby below than 3 years cannot get many things about advertisement, about many public relations by you, and so just parents can be very, very important in this matter, because parents check the prices, check the products, and also evaluate your competitors' products, and after that decide to buy something. So it is a very, very important thing. Sometimes you should identify and recognize who is your customer, who is your consumer, and in another word, who is your end user. So it is very important thing. And in this segmentation, we mean what is your product. If your product is related to elderly people, go and focus on elderly people. For example, anybody can example a product related to elderly or aging people. Anybody can? Anybody can have an example about which kind of product our segment and our target market can be elderly people. Anybody can have example? An example? No idea? No comment? Sorry. I'm waiting for your comments, remarks. Very nice, very good. Mr. Aziz, Haji Tourist Company, very good. Some companies arrange Hajj or Haji for provide the facilities for people go to Mecca and Medina, Mecca and Medina. All of you know how to pronounce this one like Persian people. I asked you question, for example, for segmentation, we want to have an example for a company that its product is related to aging or elderly or old people. Old people. Could you have some examples for a company that product is related to elderly people, aging people? Did you get my question? Okay, Mr. Ahmadzai had an example about the big beer energy. It is a kind of energizer. This one, big beer energy for use, or is a concept. It is a name of a brand. Mr. Aziz, Mr. Ahmadzai. Okay. Okay, advertisement for improving the health. Good, good. Yes. Some, for example, company are active about the improving the health for elderly people, and some exercises, and some, for example, facilities or some instruments for keep health the elderly people good, and also production of wheelchair. Very nice. Wheelchair also for all sick people. This is a kind of company in this industry, good for and a sports club also. Thank you so much, Mr. Aman Nawabi, Mr. Aziz, and Mr. Aziz also, Mr. Ahmad Zai, and another example, a sports club, Heat Care, very good, Mr. Ahmad Zai. Heat, oh, you mean healthcare, sorry. I thought maybe some products related to, for example, like a bandage and heating for the pain for all elderly people. The first time I thought maybe you mean heat care, some kind of heating instrument for painful organs of body. And so healthcare, you mean. Healthcare is very general concept and very good, and including many things related to health affairs. And Mr. Qabi, product, grocery, or Yes, yes, very good. Rosary, you mean a scarf? Yes, a scarf, and also praying mat. Yes, praying mat means janamaz, and yes, yes, very good thing. Something like this. For example, women use rosary and janamaz. Also, men janamaz in Hajj days, and so this one is a very good example also. And Mr. Rahman says funeral companies in US. Okay, maybe funeral you mean about funeral. Sometimes not exactly customer is the old people. Sometimes the young people, for example, when young people father pass away, the young people is the customer for funeral company, not necessarily the old people, because old people when die they cannot be a customer. Yes, I think I don't know about this one. Mr. Rahman, thank you so much. Very good example for things, but not completely related to old people. Because in this case, I mean which company, end user or consumer is elderly people or old people. It means this one. Maybe funeral company, the end user, the young people also, and very good. Yes, Miss Shukufa Oria says low oil and low fat. We can say low fat products. For example, we have some low fat or low oil products for old people, elderly. Yes, or for example, herbal products and organic products also somehow related to elderly or aging people, and funeral service also. Again, Mr. Rahman. Yes, this one. Maybe sometimes some old people can book or reserve a funeral. It is possible. For example, old people predict maybe his or her death is near and he is approaching to another world, and maybe I don't know. Maybe some people can order the funeral service for themselves. And Mr. Aziz, okay, low fat oil, Miss Shukufa Oria, thank you so much. Again, low fat oil, and also yes, I know funeral. I know the funeral has been, but I mean when we say the old people is a consumer of this, but the buyer or customer who buys these services, funeral services, who buys? Necessarily is not the old people, because maybe sometimes after dying old people, for example, a grandfather, their children, his or her children and all grandchildren, or they try to manage a funeral uh, ceremony. And for this one, okay, everyone can be a customer of the funeral companies. And so thank you so much. Thank you so much again. Sorry. We have a 5 minutes break, just 5 minutes, please. Be online, and just 5 minutes break. Thank you so much. 5 minutes break. Thank you so much. Please keep online. Please keep online. Hello again to everybody. We want to continue the discussion and this session. I told you about some examples about segmentation and how we can have a segmentation. So we will have some examples. For example, here another forms of This one is a good figure for introducing what is segmentation. You should segmentation use find the segment based on the criteria already we discussed about that, and you can separate some people in each group, and after separating in each group you can find the best segment or one or two or some segments as your target market. After this one you will have the target market. For example, another one. You can see the changing the pictures. Excuse me. You can see the changed pictures, and you can see all different pictures. Okay, these pictures are good figures for showing the segmentation. What is segmentation? Let's get help from Google and search the target market. What is the good pictures for target market? Target market. This picture can see that this picture about the target market and showing the part of focus on a part of the market. You can see the new picture. Okay, this one is introducing the target market. After segmentation, we have some segment in the market, and using one of them as our target. And sometimes we choose one or two or three, not necessarily just one part. Maybe sometimes we need two or more parts of the. It is important we ignore those parts of a market, and they are not our customer and our consumer. Better, because economically we can do marketing more effective and more helpful. Because we ignored already those people we are sure they are not our. Sometimes you should cover all parts of the, for example, the market. No, anybody can have an example for a famous company. Could you have an example for a famous company that covers all parts of the society in countries? Could you give me an example for a company? No need to segmentation in more details. Just covers all parts of a society or part of a market. Anybody can have an example about a company that covers all segments of a society. Mr. Rahman says not possible. And Mr. Ahmad Zai says Afghan telecommunication company. Very good. Telecommunication companies, as usual, covers all parts of a market in any segmentation. For example, media. Very good example. Media industry. And media in any way, as usual, all covers all parts of the, for example, TV or but some media, for example, newspapers or magazines, maybe just some part of the. But very nice, very good example. Transport. Transport is not related to, for example. But some kind of transport, maybe we need segmentation and using target market. But generally, transport companies can have all parts of a society. Healthcare, very good example. Healthcare can cover, but some, for example, maybe clinics and some specialization, maybe some food production. Very nice. Food production. can also cover all. And so a taxi service company, yes, very nice. A kind of transport, Mr. Aziz also thanks a lot to Mr. Nawabi, Mr. Ahmad Zai, Mr. Aziz, Miss Oria, both sisters, and they are sisters, and also Mr. Ahmad Zai again, and Mr. Rahman. Thank you so much for giving and delivering your comments and idea. Any, I want to have a name of a company. Could you give me a name of a company, a famous company that covers all parts of the society, all parts of a market? Anybody can have an example about this one? Anybody can have example name of company. Okay, I bring for you. You can see how I can search in the Google. Okay, very good. Mr. Nawabi says heart ice cream. Heart ice, Herat ice cream. Yes, Herat is the name of city in Afghanistan. Yes, Herat. Yes, Herat in name of city. And Etisalat Communication Company, very nice, very good. It is a very good to have some examples about your country. It is my pleasure. I enjoy this kind of examples, very related to your life. And Etisalat Telecommunication Company in Afghanistan. Suzuki Taxi Company cover almost all city of Pakistan. Very nice, very good. And it is the name of a company, Herat. Okay. And what about the city Herat? Or Herat, name of city. Herat, at the moment we have a city in Afghanistan name. Okay. Herat, different spelling maybe. And city, yes. Thank you so much for all, Mr. Qabi and also Mr. Ahmad Zai and other friends. Yes, this one, and Roshan Telecommunication, Mr. Aziz and Shukufario, Apple, very nice, Apple company. But I think Apple, sometimes Apple cannot cover all parts of the society. But I think the Apple can be acceptable, but not in all fields. And I want to have an example, Afghan Telecommunication, very good, and a global brand and very famous brand for this question will be Coca-Cola, yes. Coca-Cola all the time covers all parts of the society. And yes, okay. Anyone to say something, or if you have, okay, very good point by Mr. Ahmed. At the moment, says Mr. Dr. Mobin, thank you so much, Afghan Telecommunication, Dr. Mobin, and also other friends. Sometimes I forget the saying about the name of all friends. I should apologize. Sometimes I cannot follow line by line the chat, but I will do my best to read all comments. Sometimes maybe cannot, and very good. Could you say why Coca-Cola is not in Afghanistan? I got surprised, and because I thought maybe Coca-Cola in all countries, for example, in today in the Afghanistan. Okay, I don't know why Mr. Ahmad Zai said not here in Afghanistan, and also Mr. Okay, in suburb means we cannot see no Coca-Cola is produced in Afghanistan, Mr. Kabi says, and also it is I don't know exactly, but it is very good. All friends are discussing about this one, and so I wanted to have anybody can talk, and anybody want to talk and say something in the class. Anybody. I can give you time to get your ideas or remarks in the oral way, not just writing. If anybody wants to talk, I am at your service and can arrange this one. Nobody wants to talk at the moment. Okay, Mr. Aziz, please, Mr. Aziz, you can talk at the moment, please.
Good evening for everyone. Thanks for your kind cooperation, dear teacher. Just I would like to talk. Do you hear me? Hello?
Hello. Sorry.
Yes? Hello? Do you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you. Please talk.
Thank you very much, dear sir. Thanks for all our classmates. Just I would like to talk about Etisalat Telecommunication Company, which is a new company that started almost 5 years ago in Afghanistan. The telecommunication services new. It covers almost 34 provinces of Afghanistan. So it has a really connection in all parts of the society, in business, in social, in political, and so on. Let's say all parts of the society. It's somehow a business which is really provide service for all. Hello?
Okay, you mean I got that you said 5 years ago Etisalat company. I think this one it is a logo. Yes, Etisalat for Afghanistan.
Yes.
Okay. I searched this one during your talk, and I can show some pictures here about the Etisalat company.
Yes.
What is the main specification for this company and main, for example, competitive advantage? Could you say anything about core competency or competitive advantage for this company?
One of the basic competitive advantage of this company is this, that it provides low cost among the users.
Very nice. Provide low cost service, yes?
Yes, among the users. Yeah, and also it provides low cost service for the other telecommunication services. Example, Roshan, Etisalat Roshan, and also it provides low cost for international communication.
Okay, so this company strategy is going to price and low cost, to be low cost. And yes, okay, very good. And okay, and in the telecommunication, could you say me at the moment, Etisalat is a market leader? I think the most majority of, for example, do you know we will talk about market leader later, but because you had an example about telecommunication in Afghanistan, I want to know the rank. If we want to rank the telecommunication companies in Afghanistan, Etisalat, what is the rank and what is the position?
So now Etisalat has a good position among other telecommunication companies in Afghanistan, and nowadays it has sought the 3G services
3G services. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. Very
You're
helpful
welcome.
information
Yeah,
and
yeah.
very good example about a very common strategy in today's world. I will talk to you about the Michael Porter generic strategies. One of the most important strategies is the cost leadership and also go to low price for customers and low cost product. And so, anything else you want to talk, Mister?
Well, this was just an example. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Okay, thank you so much. Very nice. And there is here a nice advertisement. I think another thing better for Etisalat. I think this one also for Afghanistan. Yes, this picture.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
You don't have any, for example, the companies allowed to using women in that advertisement. Yes, in advertisement.
So actually, it recently stopped, but there is also a lot of discussion on it.
Okay, okay. Because this one in my country, Iran, you know, the companies are not allowed to use women in this kind of, for example, dressing and without veil. For example, unveiled women, it is just they should wear a scarf or have a veil. Yes, veil. So I think in Afghanistan at the moment different. Sorry?
This should be like that, yeah. So especially in an Islamic country.
Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't get what you mean at the last your phrase and the last sentence.
So in an Islamic country, this point should be considered. So
Okay, okay. Should be considered and it's a very important consideration.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes, yes. But because it is a very challenging in Islamic countries, as you said, and so please go to. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Aziz, to give your comment. Very helpful comment and very good example. And thank you so much again. Anybody want to continue discussion or new company in Afghanistan, especially in Afghanistan? Okay, let's have something about this. The comments of friends about this one. Mr. Ahmad Zai said this is one of the several telecom. Yes, already for time being they introduced new technology. Mr. Nawawi said thank you so much. 3G. Also, Mr. Aziz emphasized on this one, and Mr. Nawawi again says that Etisalat is a multinational company, and also which have branches in other countries as well. Because I have heard about Etisalat in Dubai and Iran also. I think they are same. Yes, Etisalat in Dubai and also in Iran. And this is not originally in Afghanistan. Yes. Okay, no, not only, but because this company, I think, for example, Etisalat is in some countries like Iran is a representative for Nokia products, for example. And Mr. Nabawi said mostly in Africa. Yes, I thought maybe Etisalat, Mr. Aziz means this one is the headquarter. I thank you so much. I am looking for a company in Afghanistan, very successful, and originally found in Afghanistan and for Afghanistan, headquarter in Afghanistan. Could you have example a company originally established in the Afghanistan and very successful? Anybody can have an example about this one, and what about the segmentation and targeting of this company? Okay. Okay. Wireless telecommunication and Roshan. AWCC. AWCC, what does it mean, sir? Afghan Wireless and Roshan Company. Okay, thank you so much. Oh, it means the acronym for Afghan Wireless Telecommunication Company. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, thank you. The Afghan Wireless and Roshan Company has started their work in Afghanistan, business in Afghanistan and Watani. And thank you so much, Ms. Krishna, Mr. Nababi, and also other friends. Okay, very good. And I want to show you something about this one, and also you can. There is something here about the Roshan. It is okay. This one is a logo for. Yes, this one I think. This one is the logo, yes, for Roshan Company, and so okay, thank you so much again. Okay, another example. Thank you so much, Mr. Nababi, Ms. Oria, and also Mr. Aziz to Shira Watani, and Dr. Abdul Mubin says Dr. Mubin Tayman ice cream, and thank you so much. Says produce juice and milk, Ms. Oria, and also Coca-Cola, Mr. Nababi, in Afghanistan. And let's have a look at the let's have a look at this one. Payman ice cream, Afghanistan. There wasn't a logo and the related website to Payman. Yes, I cannot see anything. Anybody maybe cannot see this one? And about the Shir Watani, Afghanistan. Could you help me if you have any? Why we cannot find in the Google very easily some things? For example, famous company, but not many websites. And anybody can want to talk? Okay. Shir Watani, I think. Okay, Shir. Okay, I couldn't find anything about any picture about, but maybe I need more research and more search. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks to all. Let's go to, sometimes I told you life stage means when you are a student, and this picture very nice for a woman as a typical way to show, for example, when a newborn, after that toddler and little and teenager, and after marriage. Yes, human growth for women, this one, yes. And maybe, yes. And life stage, we can segment, and also this one, another gender. What does it mean? There is a, thank you so much, Mr. Nabavi and Mr. Aziz. Influence 80% of consumer purchases. There is a good point here as an example. As usual, women influence 80% of consumer purchases. It means those goods and those products related to household consumer purchases make 75% of new home decisions, and also purchase 60% of cars. It means a very important role of women in deciding about something to buy. Yes, as usual, you know, all the time women have a very effective role and very important role in decision in a family. And so this one just emphasize on this. And also, you know, women as usual maybe more involved with buying thing and than men. For example, in the shopping, very interested to shopping. So when you want to have an advertisement or campaign, marketing campaign or advertisement, you should many times focus on women, because they look and they care about the advertisement more men, because they like shopping, they like buying, and so it is important to know in your market how many women and how many men are there, and so you can focus on the women population for some important things about marketing. Income is another thing. What about the income of your the people in your target market? What is the income? Based on income, you can classify people in your market or in a city or in a region. Income. Generation. You know, there is some classification of generations in the United States, and many countries follow. For example, baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, silent generation. They, for example, in this one also can be used to classification and segmentation of the market. What about this one? What does it mean? Anybody can say? Anybody idea? Anybody remark? For example, the United States first time, they told millennials, it means all people born between 1979 to 1994. Gen X is all people the birth. Yes, it means cohort and a kind of group analysis. Cohort sometimes means the group. And about generation, yes, very good, about generation. And we can say, for example, the silent generation means those people, the birth year is between 1927 and this one between 19. So you can see this group, this segment, the needs and wants are so different with this group. Needs and wants. Do you remember what is need, what is want, and what is demand? Thank you, Mr. Qadi and Mr. Nabawi, to these comments. Thank you. Any question about this one? This one a kind of classification and segmentation based on the birth year. You can based on the age. It means based on the age. Millennials is the idiom and the word introducing the new generation. Millennials. And also we can set the exact meaning of this. I don't know the exact meaning, but it is just assigned for this one. Yes, Mr. Dr. Wahidi, thank you so much. Yes, this one means the new and maybe related to millennium, you mean, yes? Mr. Aziz, millennium, Hazare, or, but it's not, I think, related to this one, and because they are very new, and Gen X baby boomers is related to those people, and about the increasing population of United States, and baby boomers means all people related and born in that stage. Okay, any question? You know, United States more than 300 million people. 300 million people, and here we can see this composition. 78 million of the people are millennials in the United States. Sorry, and 15 and 50, sorry, my microphone. Okay, it's the composition of population in this. This is a kind of example. No need to more explain. Some students ask me, maybe it is enough to explain. Just the total of these people can be the population of United States. And this one, Gen X, maybe there's some names for the different generations in the United States. Sometimes other countries also the same use these names for the generations, sometimes. And so, this one based on race and culture. Race and culture. Okay, any questions so far? Any idea and any example about this material? No? Any question about this one? Okay, Mr. Aziz asked me the style of life. Okay, a style can be different. Some people use luxury in furniture or luxury instruments and objects for daily life, and some people using very normal, and sometimes a style of life, for example, between rich people and poor people, there are many differences in the style, lifestyle. And based on lifestyle, we can use. And sometimes some people are very punctual and using laws and rules in their country, and have a very accurate programming for their life. And some people don't care about the time and about the discipline. And some we have different style of life we can define based on every country or every culture. We can define. Let's go back to which, excuse me, Mr. Aziz and Mr. Rahman. What do you mean about the Asian race? Because we had it here in a slide, this one. Okay, no problem, Mr. Ahmed Zai. Thank you so much. And this one also. For example, based on multicultural market profile in the United States, we have something about the Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, and African Americans. Because you know, many Americans not originally from United States area, because the history of United States as a local and officially is less than 500 years. Around 500 years, but there are many mixture of races in United States, so many different cultures also in United States, and we can classify all people to Hispanic in three race and also culture: Hispanic, Asian, and African. And something about this one. For example, the median household income for each part. Poverty rate, for example, 21.5% in Hispanic, and for Asian is 86%. 86%. For those people, the race or the mixture of the Asian and American, and African 82%. It is a percentage of those age. Sorry, because it's not same rows, and the percentage of those age more than 25 in Asian Americans is 86%, and those age more than 25 for African is 82%. That at least the higher school education in 2008. You know. You should, this one just an example, I should read the exact and complete sentences inside the table. For example, you can see here the median age, and age is 27.7 for Hispanic, and for Asian is 35.4, and for African 30.3. Any question about the sometimes, what about personality traits, lifestyle, and values? If people, as usual, have different values. For example, in a society, maybe values of you with different with your neighbors, but in any culture or any society, maybe the values are so related and so near to each other between among the people. For example, in Islamic country, values somehow are same, and lifestyle already I told you it is a it is related to personality. The personality determines their lifestyle. Anybody wants to live in a special way, and it means lifestyle is very important in some, for example, for selling furniture, for home appliances. You should know about the lifestyle. And so personality traits also, it means some behaviors originated from the personality. What does it mean? This there is some segmentation system walls framework. It means you can. Sorry, Mr. Ahmed, which one is the port of the culture? Okay, lifestyle can be related to culture, but many times, for example, in a special culture, we can have many different lifestyles. So we cannot say all the time follows the culture, but somehow related to culture. This one. Any question? Okay, welcome. Sometimes we say, what about high resources and high innovation? We say something innovators. In the segmentation, we are looking for innovators. They have primary motivation for ideals, achievement, self-expression. It is a different state of this segmentation system, and there are many thinkers, thinkers, achievers, and experiencers. Sometimes the customer thinks about our product, sometimes achieves, and sometimes experiences. It means the different states of the reaching experience a product, for example, good or service. And we have also believers, achievers, and makers. What does it mean? Anybody can? Okay, friends, you should be careful about the lifestyle. Many things, yes, can have an impact on the lifestyle. For example, culture, income, and gender also can have impact of this and the lifestyle. And sometimes we can both factors to each other. For example, age and income already is a criteria for segmentation, and also inside of age we can define the lifestyle. There is lifestyle. And what is that? Anybody question? Okay. Mr. Kadi says it is more related to person behavior. Yes, very good. Can be related to this one, lifestyle, the real relation with real religion. Yes. For example, for Muslims, religion very, very related sometimes to lifestyle, because in your daily life you need to follow some thing about Islam, and so it can have an impact on your lifestyle. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. It is a very good about the buying cycle and how. Yes, I should explain again. Culture, religion, and something like lifestyle and like that are related to the culture and other factors. We all the time in marketing we have mixture of some reasons and mixture of some factors, and we know religion is the part of a culture, and sometimes the same culture, different ways to follow the Islamic rule. Yes, as an example. Yes. And Mr. Ahmad said it is forbidden here in Afghanistan. What is here forbidden? Sorry. Okay. I know. I don't mean about alcohol. Just this one. We have a 5 things, very good things. Initiator, user, influencer, and decider. Initiator, a person who first time buys this one. Influencer, a person who influence on the customers, and some people are as a decider, the final decider. Some people buyer, some people user, and some people the first time discuss about this matter, and also influencer. What about influencer? A person who influences others to buy something, and influencer, a person who can have impact on the buying process. Okay, next one. What about this one? Brand funnel. Okay, any question? What does it mean, brand funnel? When we want to penetrate in a market and introduce ourselves, the first time we should aware our customers. For example, for brand A, the customers have awareness about our product using some advertisement and some information about our company. Some of the customers are ever tried. We mean so far they tried at least one time our product. And after that, about the recent trial, some of them recently tried. It is an example for a brand awareness and also brand use and something like that. And sometimes we have occasional users, not in a very timely way. Sometimes some users or some customers occasionally use the product, not all the time and every day. And so regular users means those users regularly every day or every month and every year use our product. And so finally we will have most often used. It means that many people are here and are most often used the anybody can say no comment. It means this picture all maybe that 90% of a society have awareness about our brand, and the last one, like a funnel, decrease more and more diameter, and after that, just a small part of the customers or consumers most often use our product. First, you can see 96%, and after that, go to 6. What about attitudes? Attitudes are different. Anybody has has her or his special beliefs and needs, and so in attitudes should be positive to develop a business, I think, all the time. How we can have a look at our customers? Some of them are negative all the time. Some of them indifferent, some of them positive, and also enthusiastic. What about enthusiastic? Anybody knows? Enthusiastic. No? Anybody can say what is enthusiastic? Excited, yes? Thank you. And it is different behaviors and different not attitude, because attitude has an impact on behavior, not same. Attitude and behavior not same. As usual, attitude can affect and can impress the behavior. Enthusiastic means very, very interested. Yes? Thank you so much to friends giving the meaning. Oh, sorry. I thought maybe Dr. Waidi means this picture different. Okay. Sorry. It means different behaviors for all, and this one different attitudes. For example, for attitude, some people are pessimistic and optimistic. Yes? Optimistic people all the time are hopeful and also positive with smiling, and pessimistic are people those who all the time are negative about something and some. Okay. Very much positive. It means optimistic. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Mubin. And Dr. Wahidi, thank you so much. And another meaning, Farsi meaning, mushtaqane, for enthusiastic. Okay. Very much positive. What does it mean? Behavioral segmentation. How we can segment the people in our market based on their behavioral. How we can do this? We have here target market. our target. Okay, target market is including two kind of customers. How many are aware and they know about our product and just got familiar with our company, and some of them unaware. Unaware after some advertising, it means he or she is not so interested in this concept. Okay, and they unaware means they don't have enough information about our product, and they don't have enough. They don't know about our company, about our product, and so every customer, those are some information. Those have some information about our product can be classified in two groups. Some of tried already our product, and some of them not tried. If they are tried after the first time try our product, sometimes the customer rejects. We say this one is rejector. What does it mean? Sorry, but yes, correct. Dr. Mobin says about the aware and unaware. Aware means those customers know about the product of some company. Okay, you mean aware. Okay, okay. Very good, very complete, and okay. Then Mr. Aziz says, rejector are those customers who one time tried and not buy again. When a customer is rejector, it means maybe he is not satisfied with our product and one time tried, and after that no buying again. And one who dislikes, thank you Miss Oria Krishna, one who dislikes and will not buy again. Thanks Mr. Aziz and Dr. Mobi for this one. And from Shakufa Oria says she believes, I don't like this thing. Very good, very simple definition for rejector. And the Mr. Ravi said the person rejected the thing in next time. Yes, yes. So when tried and one time and reject this customer, maybe we cannot attract this customer very easily because one time tried, after that reject. And the second one for tried our product, not yet repeated. Maybe a customer tried one time our product and has not, and we cannot say this one is a rejector. Maybe he will come again, he or she will come again, and this kind we are not sure about he or she is rejector. And the third one, tried and repeated. Very good, because yes, sometimes Dr. Mabin believes new thing, maybe one time tried, and sometimes some kind of product, goods or services, not so, for example, regularly known to use by customers. For example, suppose you, for example, you have a car service, okay, car service company. When you have a car service, maybe 2 months, once for 2 months, or 3 months, one time for 3 months, the customer come, and we should be waiting for them. New generation. What does it mean? Dr. Mobin and Dr. Ahmadai, okay, to know that we need to start with a clear research. Very good. It means when we have a rejector, I mean Mr. Ahmadai believes this one. Yes, for not yet repeated, Dr. Mobin, new generation. Yes, you mean new generation for our product or new generation for the people? No, okay, please give me your comment and explain more. Thank you so much, Mr. Mobin, and all other very good comments and very good remarks. And so repeated, it is very good for company. Repeated our product, and we can focus on repeated to get the loyal customers. Yes, already I told you who is loyal customers. Oh yes, Dr. Mobin said new generation for our products. Thank you so much, Mr. Mobin, and mostly product. Yes, thank you so much for the previous one. And for repeated, the one of them is loyal to other brands. Here we say loyal to brand. What does it mean? And switcher. What does it mean, switcher? Loyal to other brands, for example, you suppose you use Roshan telecommunication, Roshan communication company products. For example, internet service maybe, yes, or I don't know, maybe you use internet service from Roshan, and one time you try the Etisalat telecommunication in Afghanistan, but still you are loyal to Roshan, but somehow you enjoy the service by Etisalat. Okay, did you get what I mean? It means for Etisalat, if customer somehow are coming, but not completely, because already he or she is loyal to Roshan company. But it is a good news for company, because one time tried this customer and repeated this one. After repeated this one, still is loyal to other brands. But when he or she repeated this one, it means you can attract this customer. And some customers are switcher, can switch from in this product to other product, another product. And so you should be careful about switcher. Maybe sometimes your customer switch and change and they don't use your product and go to other competitor, another competitor. So here we have some three kind of repeated customer: loyal to other brands, and switches, and loyal to brand, which means they are loyal to your brand. And loyal to brand means we have a three kinds for loyal to brand. You have some loyal customers. You remember two very important specification for loyal customer. What does he or she do? A loyal customer for your company. Anybody can say? I told already these two. Let's have a look at the comments, and mostly products repeated. Thank you, Mr. Momin and Mr. Ahmed Dasi. I need to know the behavioral segmentation. We have to have a clear research. Yes, because we want to choose this one. And Gabriel, who always tries, you mean loyal maybe, or repeated. Yes. And Afghan wireless, excellent about our example. And company most user, some products, light user, and customer buys. Okay, thank you so much for all friends. Mr. Karim believes customers buy the product with high quality brand things in the future. Okay. And Dr. Abdul Mobin, regular user means to repeat usage of one. Yes, correct. Repeat again and again in a determined times and in the certain times. Okay, certain times. Ismail, light user not so much use our product, not so much, but somehow is loyal to our brand. For example, very rarely use not so repeatedly and again and again, just sometimes. And we have a regular user and also heavy user. But heavy user a person who buys more and more from our company. This is a heavy user. What? What about this one? When we have a look, I didn't get my answer. Regular user, Mr. Mobin believes regular user means to repeat usage of one product. Yes, usage, yes, repeat usage in a very certain times, and because although also we have heavy user means a lot of using our product, a lot. He or she uses our product a lot. Mass user, we cannot say mass user, Mr. Mobin. Maybe because heavy user, as usual, we have example for one, and some customers are heavy, some customers are regular user, and some light user. A lot of user and heavy user that use more and more. Thank you, Ms. Oria. Thank you, Mr. Mobi. And Dr. Wahidi, regular usage product with high quality and now for customers. Regular usage product with high quality, okay. And now, okay, thank you so much. It is related to high quality and light user uses the brand, but not always. Very good. Not always, but you can find the use of your brand regularly and in some times. Okay. Could you answer me the last question in the class? I want to ask you a question. What is the true specification about the loyal customer for our company? What does he do? We will talk next week about B2B, business to business, and also business to customer. Very different sometimes area, and I will discuss for you. What about loyal customer? Anybody know? The two important things. Okay, Mr. Light user is Mr. Regular user, and Dr. Mobin, thank you, Mr. Kavi, and Ms. Oria Krishna, and Dr. Mobin says a lot of customer of some company. What do you mean about this one? Sometimes the more loyal customers, the more profit all the time. When you have loyal customers advertise for you, and in addition to advertise, buy again and again your product. And loyal customers, it means these three. These three are loyal customers: light user, regular user, because loyal to our brand. This one. It means the loyal customers can classify in three groups and categorize: high, light user, regular user, and heavy user. And who never use other products. Heavy user, good. A lot of customer of some company, good. And Dr. Mobin says heavy user can be correct. Miss Brishna, very good definition. Who never use other products. We can't say never, but we can say who rarely. Sometimes we can say never also. Very good, very good. It means who never uses other products of competitors. It can be a loyal customer to us. Very nice. A regular user of a product by customer. Okay, regular user of product, regularly used, good. As I say this definition, please think of it. Okay. Can you read this one? Two important things that a customer loyal does. It is customer loyal repurchases and recommend. Okay. Loyal user, Mr. Mubin says, loyal user, yes, it is. Okay. This is the important fourth thing for the loyal customer, repurchase our product and also recommend our product to others. And Mr. Kavi says neutral. No, neutral is not. I don't know, Mr. Aziz, why he said neutral may be related to another discussion. Who honest to use regular the brand product? Okay, who is honest to use a regular the brand product? It means loyal customer. Very good, very nice. They use regular the brand product, and honesty is very important in, to having the loyal customers. Favorable opinion, Mr. Aziz, okay, and Mr. Ravi. Thank you so much, Mr. Ravi and other friends. Great, and someone use something regularly. It cannot be loyal customers, but somehow can be related. Mr. Mobin, thank you, and from Mr. Mobin, loyal user, yes, and I also I mean this one, repurchase and recommend. Two things by a loyal customer, repurchase and recommend, because the marketing, horizontal marketing is a very nice concept. I will explain about what is horizontal marketing. Horizontal marketing, when a customer advertises for another customer and convince him or her to buy a product. Okay. Okay. Any questions about this one? It is a very simple way to define the loyal customer for purchase and recommend. Thank you so much. And Mr. Moving according to rule. What do you mean by according to rule? I didn't remember this one, and I don't remember someone you started regularly. And thank you so much for Mr. Wahidi, also Dr. Wahidi also. Thank you thanks to all for having maximum cooperation with me in this class, and very good comments, very ideas, and thank you so much again to all. I hope I can find some materials this week for you again, and maybe the books, new books, I will try, and I sent you last week 2 PowerPoint files. I think many of you got this, yes? Yes, and please check Mr. Mubin, and if you cannot receive anything, please send me an email, and I will check your email address. Some students got, some students haven't got. For example, Miss Vishnauria already got, but Miss Shukufa not received yet. Please check with the eLearn Ever and also me your email and double check your emails because I put all from the attendance list all names of students in my contact book in my email, and I will send to all the time. Okay, so I don't know why you haven't received yet, Mr. Kavi. I will please send me your email, exact email address, and I will. Anybody haven't received yet the material, please send me a message, send me an email and ask me. I can because already I sent to more than 20 students in this class, and thanks to all for cooperation with me and participating in all subjects. I enjoy this class. Very good, active students with good ideas, with good remarks, and we can help each other to get more knowledge about marketing and share knowledge and experiences. I want to know more and get near to Afghanistan affairs in marketing because majority of students here live in Afghanistan, and so we like to be more functional. Course has a more functional for you, and also I am interested in Afghanistan affairs as our country's neighbor, and it is my pleasure to be with all of you. Hopefully, we can continue discuss in a good way. I will send you. Please send me email anybody, everybody, and inform me about you haven't received which one of the presentation files and also materials I can send again to those students haven't received yet, and so I will send. Be sure, surely, I will send to all. Okay. Have a nice time and have a good minutes in your life with security and health and wealth. Hope all of you you experience this good thing. I will stop the record of the class recording.